Good morning, students. In this class, we see torque acting on magnetic dipole placed in a uniform magnetic field. Torque acting on a magnetic dipole placed in a uniform magnetic field. See, this is also important, but it is a very easy question, just like similar to electric field and charges. See, this is the uniform magnetic field. Its value is d bar, uniform magnetic field. In this uniform magnetic field, I am keeping one bar magnet. This is south, this is north. The length of this bar magnet is 2L. The length of this bar magnet is 2L. Now, the force which is acting on the north pole is given by this is Qm into B, and the force which is acting on the south pole is given by Qm into B. Now, this makes an angle theta. Now, the perpendicular distance is given by this triangle N, A, and this we can take it as S. Now, once again, all of you try to understand the diagram. This is the uniform magnetic field. This is B bar. In that magnetic field, I am keeping one bar magnet of length 2L, which makes an angle theta with the direction of B. Now, if I am keeping this bar magnet, now this north pole will experience a force and south pole also will experience a force. The force experienced by north pole is given by Qm into B. The force experienced by south pole is given by Qm into B. But the force experienced by north pole is acting in the direction of magnetic field. But the force experienced by south pole is acting opposite to the direction of magnetic field. That is the reason these two forces are equal. Magnitude is equal, but acting in opposite direction along the same line. That is the reason they constitute a couple. So the couple or torque acting on this one is given by torque tau is equal to either of the force into perpendicular distance. Either of the force into perpendicular distance. Where either of the force is nothing but Qm into B into perpendicular distance is nothing but NA. NA is the perpendicular distance between these two forces. Now I want to find the value of NA. Now for that one, I am taking this triangle NSA. Triangle SAN. In this one, sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is nothing but NA, hypotenuse is nothing but NS, or NA is equal to NS sin theta, or NA is equal to NS value 2L, that is I can substitute, I can get 2L sin theta. Now substitute the value here. Now here it will be Qm into B into 2L sin theta. Now Qm into 2L is nothing but magnetic moment, that is mb sin theta, and finally torque tau is equal to mb sin theta, or tau is equal to m bar cross b bar, because this is the cross product. Torque tau is equal to m bar cross b bar. Now, from this final equation, you may get two cases. Torque tau is equal to mv sin theta. When the torque is maximum, when the torque is minimum. Suppose if the theta is equal to 90, theta is equal to 90 means the magnetic dipole and this uniform magnetic field both are perpendicular. Both are perpendicular, then theta is equal to 90. If the theta is equal to 90 means tau is equal to mv, then torque is maximum. Suppose the magnetic bar magnet and applied magnetic field, the both are parallel. If the both are parallel means theta is equal to 0. In such a case, tau is equal to mv sin 0. Sin 0 means 0, so that is the case. Torque tau is equal to 0. So finally, if the bar magnet and applied magnetic field, if the both are perpendicular, then the torque is maximum. The bar magnet and applied magnetic both are of the parallel, then the torque is minimum. So once again, you see the concept. Once again, I'll try to understand each and everything. This topic name is how this torque is acting on when the magnetic dipole is placed in a uniform magnetic field. See, first I am taking uniform magnetic field. They are equally spaced, B bar. In that uniform magnetic field, I kept one bar magnet Ns of length 2L. This bar magnet makes an angle theta with the direction of B bar. Now, if the bar magnet is placed, bar magnet is nothing but here dipole, magnetic dipole. Now, if the bar magnet is placed in a uniform magnetic field, definitely here this pole experiences a force. That force is given by Qm into B. It is acting in the direction of applied magnetic field. Next, the force experienced by south pole, it is given by Qm into B, which is acting opposite to the direction of magnetic field. These two forces are equal and opposite. They constitute a couple. So, couple tau is equal to either of the force into perpendicular distance. Either of the force means Qm into B. Perpendicular distance is given Na. That Na value I can find by using the triangle SAN. Sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So Na by Ns, Na is equal to Ns sin theta, or Na is equal to Ns value to L sin theta. The later I substitute, and finally I got tau is equal to mb sin theta. Now this is the scalar form, this is the vector form, because sin theta means it is a cross product. Now after getting this torque tau is equal to mb sin theta, two cases will arise. When it is maximum, when it is minimum. See, if theta is equal to 90, that means the magnetic dipole and upright magnetic field, if the both are perpendicular, in such a case torque acting on the dipole is maximum. Suppose dipole and magnetic field, the both are aligned in the same direction, in such a case torque tau is equal to 0. The next concept, potential energy of dipole when placed in a uniform magnetic field. Potential energy of dipole when placed in a uniform magnetic field. Just now we discussed the torque acting on the dipole when placed in uniform magnetic field. Now the same concept. Now how can you find out the potential energy of the dipole when placed in a uniform magnetic field? Suppose this is the uniform magnetic field. In this uniform magnetic field, I am keeping one dipole. This is north, this is south. It makes an angle theta. This is force acting on the north, this is force acting on the south. This value is Qm into B, and this value is Qm into B. Just now we already read. Now, from this one, first we know the torque acting on the dipole is given by torque tau is equal to mb sin theta. mb sin theta. If I am rotating this dipole through an angle theta, definitely work must be done. That work is given by dw is equal to tau into d theta. This is 1, this is 2. Substitute 1 in 2, that is dw is equal to mb sin theta into d theta. Then from this one you can find the total work done. W is equal to integral dw theta 1 theta 2, that is integral theta 1 theta 2 mb sin theta into d theta. Then mb minus cos theta theta 1 theta 2 minus mb cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Suppose if I am moving this dipole from perpendicular to some other angle, in such a case I can take theta 1 is equal to 90, theta 2 is equal to theta, then the above equation becomes minus mb into cos theta minus cos 90 value 0, and finally I can get minus mb cos theta. So this way you can call it as a potential energy. So potential energy I can represent U is equal to minus mb cos theta, or U is equal to minus m dot b. So this is the potential energy. This is the potential energy of the dipole. Where the potential energy is maximum, where the potential energy is minimum, where the potential energy is maximum, and where the potential energy is minimum. Now see here, U is equal to minus mb cos theta. U is equal to minus mb cos theta. Now in such a case, first, if theta is equal to 0, U is equal to minus mb cos 0. Cos 0 value, you already know cos 0 value, sin 0, 0 cos 0 value 1. So that is the reason U is equal to minus mb. This is the minimum potential energy of the dipole. Similarly, if the theta is equal to 90, then U is equal to minus mb cos 90 value 0, then U is equal to 0. This is the potential energy becomes 0. And similarly, with the dipole, that is, if theta is equal to 180 degrees, in such a case mu is equal to minus mb cos 180 value minus 1, and finally here you will get mb. This is the maximum potential energy of the dipole. So three cases will arise. Once again you try to see, this is the minimum potential energy and this is the maximum potential energy. This is the minimum potential energy is also called as highly stable position. This is highly unstable position. Now once again, this is the derivation and everything. See, the potential energy of the dipole when placed in a uniform magnetic field. This is the uniform magnetic field. In that uniform magnetic field, I keep one bar magnet of length 2L. North pole and south pole, dipole. North pole, the force exerted from north is given by Qm into V. The force exerted from south is given by Qm into V. Now, the torque acting on the dipole is given by tau is equal to mb sin theta. Suppose if I am moving the dipole through an angle theta, then work must be done. The work is given by dw is equal to tau into d theta. Now, from equation 1 and 2, substituting equation 1 in equation 2, we can get dw is equal to mb sin theta into d theta, and taking the limits theta 1 and theta 2, then after solving, and finally we can get minus mb cos theta, or minus mb cos theta, or if it is a scalar product, that is the reason finally we got energy potential energy U is equal to minus mb, and here after that here you will get three cases. when it is minimum, when it is maximum. If theta is equal to 0, then the potential energy is minimum. This is the highly stable position. If the theta is equal to 180, then you get U is equal to mb. This is the maximum, that is the highly unstable position. And next, time period of small compass needle placed in a uniform magnetic field. Time period of small compass needle placed in a uniform magnetic field. Now, once again I am taking uniform magnetic field. This is the uniform magnetic field. In this uniform magnetic field, I am taking one small compass. This is the compass. It makes an angle theta. This is north, this is south. This is north, that is south. Now, the torque acting on the dipole, it is given by, compass field is nothing but one dipole. Now, the torque acting on the dipole is given by tau is equal to mb sin theta. Tau is equal to mb sin theta. Now, from the first year we already know f is equal to mb in place of tau. Tau is equal to, we can take I alpha. I alpha is equal to mb sin theta. In place of alpha, we can take d square theta by dt square, that is equal to minus mb sin theta. Suppose with the deflection, the angle between theta is very small, sin theta is approximately equal to theta, that is equal to I is into d square theta by dt square is equal to, I can take mb theta. Sin theta is approximately equal to theta and it becomes mb theta. Now later, d square theta by dt square is equal to mb theta by I. mb theta by I. Now, from oscillations, we already know d square theta by dt square is equal to omega square y. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now compare these two equations 1 and 2. We can get omega square is equal to mb by I. In place of omega, I can take 2 pi by t whole square is equal to minus mb by I. And later, 4 pi square by t square is equal to minus mb by I, or t square by 4 pi square is equal to minus I by mb. And finally, t square is equal to 4 pi square into I by mb. And finally, t is equal to 2 pi into square root of I by mb. This gives the time period of this small compass needle which is placed in a uniform magnetic field. And from this one you can find the time period frequency also. N is nothing but 1 by t and n is equal to 1 by 2 pi into square root of mb by I, where I stands for moment of inertia. So once again, all of you see the derivation. When the small compass needle placed in a uniform magnetic field, in such situation, we have to find the time period. Now, this is the small compass needle placed in a uniform magnetic field. It makes an angle theta. Now, we already know the torque acting on the dipole is given by torque tau is equal to mb sin theta. From the first year, torque tau is equal to I alpha mb sin theta. This alpha is nothing but angular acceleration. This angular acceleration we can write d square theta by dt square, that is equal to mb sin theta. D square theta by dt square is equal, if the theta is very small, sin theta is approximately equal to theta, that becomes mb theta. Now d square theta by dt square is equal to mb theta by I. D square theta by dt square is equal to We already know from the oscillations, this is known that minus omega square y. Compare equations 1 and 2. Omega square is equal to mv by I. This I stands for moment of inertia, m stands for magnetic dipole moment, and b is magnetic field. Then 2 pi b, and finally t square t is equal to 2 pi into square root of I by mv, and the frequency n is equal to 1 by 2 pi into square root of mv by I. Once again, see, all of you see the derivation and everything. Now, Gauss law in magnetism. Now we already know in electricity, the net magnetic flux through any closed surface E bar dot ds bar is equal to 1 by x naught times the net charge enclosed by the surface. The net charge enclosed by the surface. This is the Gauss law in electricity. The net electric flux through any closed surface is equal to 1 by x naught times the net charge enclosed by the surface. This gives the Gauss law in electricity, but the same concept in magnetism. The net magnetic flux through any closed surface E, here it will be B. The elemental area ds is equal to 0. See, the net magnetic flux through any closed surface is equal to 0. Why it is 0? But why here it is not 0? Because here the net magnetic flux entering the surface, the net magnetic flux leaving the surface, both are same. So that is the reason here the value becomes 0. But here it is not like that. So that is the reason, according to Gauss law in magnetism, the net magnetic flux through any closed surface is equal to 0. So integral b bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. Why it is 0? Because entering the flux and leaving the flux both are same. So that is the reason it becomes 0. Thank you.